So today we are going to be making this ladybug picture inspired by the artist Charley Harper. And what I want you to notice is how symmetrical the entire image is. So it's not only the same if I were to split it this way, it's the same if I split it this way, and it's the same if I split it this way or this way. So symmetrical all around the entire thing. So we are going to learn how to do this today. You want to get a square sheet of paper. Please write your name on the back and your code. And you want to fold the paper. So you want to take the bottom, fold it to the top. And then you want to take the side, fold it to the other side, kind of like a book. So now I have 4 sections of my paper. I'm going to draw the ladybug in one section. So I will start with this section down here just because this one seems easiest for me. So what I want to do is I want to come down from the center about right here, and I want to draw a diagonal line. And it's going to go until you hit the fold, the crease mark right here. From there, you want to connect this side to this side by a big letter U. And this becomes the main part of our ladybug. Now let's do the head. So up here, I'm going to draw a straight line, and it's just a little bit underneath the fold marks, and this is right next to the fold mark. And then you want to kind of give it like a triangle top. Just slant those lines out, 2 diagonal lines. Okay, we want to put circles right here. And I'm not going into this section or this section. I'm just staying in this square. And then I'm going to put a little design here on the face. So just 2 curved lines. Alright, now let's go into the back part of the ladybug. So I will draw a straight line right down the center. If you need a ruler to help you make that straight line, you can use one. And then we want to just make 2 circles, because Charley Harper kind of kept everything pretty simple, basic lines, basic shapes. And that's enough to show us that this is a ladybug. Alright, down here, straight line, these are the legs, 2 diagonal straight lines. Okay, now this is kind of a tricky part. We're going to make some arms. So I want you to make a diagonal line right here, hits the fold, and then I want you to draw on the fold mark. Come down, and then make another diagonal line that goes back in towards your ladybug. Alright, so now that I have my first ladybug drawn, now all I really need to do is start the rubbing process. So I'm taking a ruler, preferably a wooden ruler, and I'm going to fold the paper, and I can see my ladybug right here, and I'm going to take this ruler and I'm going to rub wherever I can see the pencil marks. I'm not going to rub anything up here because I didn't draw a ladybug up here, it's just right here. And then it should start to appear on this side, and if you can't see it, flip it over, rub a little bit more. Once you can see most of it, go ahead and outline those marks that you see, press hard. Alright, so now I have two ladybugs that are symmetrical. Now I have to get these ladybugs up to the top. So how do we do that? Fold the bottom to the top and rub the entire thing with your ruler. Alright, once you feel you've done a good enough rubbing and you can see your shapes, go ahead and outline them with the pencil so you can see them very clear. So now I have symmetrical ladybugs, and now I'm going to take a Sharpie and I'm going to outline it. I want these lines to become very, very dark and heavy. So I am going to, with this Sharpie, color in this sort of design here on the head of the ladybug, and I am going to color in the eyes of the ladybug because I want those to be nice, heavy, and dark. And because they're very small shapes, it's quite easy to just do this with a marker rather than with a paintbrush. So outline the entire thing. Alright, once you have it all outlined, anywhere you can see pencil, go ahead and erase. Clean it all up. Okay, the one last thing that I forgot to tell you, I do want you to color in these circles all black as well. Forgot about that part. So now that I have that all complete, now it is time to paint. So that's why I have a placemat. You want to get a bucket of water and a paintbrush. And we're going to be using red and green. These are complementary colors. They are on the opposite sides of the color wheel, so they will make each other stand out and look good. They complement each other. So I shall start with the red. And you don't really need to get your paintbrush wet to do this. You can just dip your paintbrush right into the water or into the paint. And you want to paint the shell red. Want to try your best not to get all over your Sharpie marks. Really have control of your paintbrush, always dragging. So I like to kind of paint around where I'm not allowed to get into to give myself an edge, like that, and then fill it in. Alright, so you see I have moved along, and in the face part of the ladybug I have colored that with a brown, and I just went very, very slow with my paintbrush to make sure I got in those tiny little spaces. And now you can see I am painting the background with a green, and you want to get all around your ladybug. You want to get into this weird little area in between the faces, and you also want to get into the center area, this area that kind of looks like a star. So with these small areas, just make sure you go very slow, especially near the edges or near lines, so you don't get the paint into the wrong shape. The key is just go slow. Alright, so here is my symmetrical Charley Harper inspired ladybug artwork.